Liam is back in the hot seat today. Take it from here.
Appreciate that, Erica. Okay, I have a study approach for this that really helped me. Let me share. You waited months for the VA to process your disability claim. The envelope finally shows up. You tear it open and see a rating percentage, maybe some conditions listed, maybe a few denied. Most veterans look at the number, feel relieved or frustrated, and put the letter in a drawer. That is a mistake.
That letter is not just a notification. It is a legal document that tells you exactly how the VA evaluated every single condition you claimed. Buried inside it are effective dates, diagnostic codes, and a section called Reasons and Bases that most veterans skip entirely.
Think of it like getting your car back from the mechanic. They hand you an invoice with line items for every part they looked at. If you do not read those line items, you will never know they missed a problem they should have caught.
And I know reading legal documents feels overwhelming. If you have ever stared at that letter and thought I have no idea what half of this means, you are not alone. That is exactly why we are breaking it down today.
This is VA Benefits 1.33. Today we are walking through every section of a VA rating decision letter and showing you how to spot errors. Bella, Michael, Erica, and I will also explain why you need a document called the code sheet. That part is coming up in Scene 5. Let me introduce the team real quick.
Good to be in the co-host seat for a change. Let us have some fun with this.
Hey, I'm Michael. Honestly, I am hyped for this one.
Hi, I'm Bella. I went down a rabbit hole last night and I have thoughts.
All right, let us jump in.
The decision letter has a structure, and once you learn it, it reads like a map instead of a maze. The very first section is the notification section. It tells you what the VA decided on each condition you claimed. That notification section includes the rating percentage assigned and whether each condition is service-connected.
Below that, Michael, you will see a table or list of every condition with its assigned rating. This is where most veterans stop reading. But the table alone does not tell you why the VA rated you at that percentage or what evidence they used.
If you see a condition listed at 0%, do not panic. That is not the VA saying nothing is wrong. A 0% service-connected rating means the VA agrees your condition is linked to your service.
Here is where this all connects. The notification section, the ratings table, the effective dates, and the reasons and basis section are different layers of the same decision. You need all of them to understand what the VA actually did.
The VA processed over 1.8 million disability claims in fiscal year 2024. That volume means errors happen. Reviewers are human, and conditions get overlooked.
Erica is right. If you do not read your letter carefully, you will never catch those mistakes. The rating table is just the starting point.
The effective date is the date from which the VA starts paying you for a service-connected condition. Under 38 U.S.C. Section 50, 110. That date is generally the date your claim was received or the date entitlement arose, whichever is later. That distinction matters because the effective date determines how far back your compensation reaches.
Let me make this concrete, Erica. Say you filed an intent to file on March 1st, then submitted your full claim in August. Your effective date should be March 1st because the intent to file on VA Form 20-1-0966 holds your date for up to 1 year.
This is one of the most common errors veterans find. The effective date in the letter does not match when they actually filed. If the VA used the full application date instead, that could mean months of back pay you are owed.
Now stick with me here because diagnostic codes are the other piece most veterans skip. Every rated condition gets a diagnostic code from 38 CFR, Part 4, the Schedule for Rating Disabilities. That code determines the criteria the VA uses to rate you.
A wrong diagnostic code can cap your rating at a lower maximum. Certain knee conditions rated under one code top out at 20%. The same knee rated under a different code could qualify for 30 or 40%.
That is like getting your car appraised as a sedan when it is actually an SUV. Wrong category, wrong number.
The reasons and basis section is the part of the letter most veterans skip, and it is honestly the most important part. This is where the VA explains why they made each decision. It lists the evidence they reviewed, the medical opinions they relied on, and the specific reason a condition was granted, denied, or deferred.
Good point, Bella. If a condition was denied, the reasons and bases section tells you exactly what was missing. That specific language tells you what evidence you need for a supplemental claim.
And this connects to a distinction that trips up a lot of veterans. Denied, deferred, and service connected at 0% are three completely different outcomes.
Let me break it down with a simple picture. Denied means the VA said no, not connected to service. Deferred means they need more information, maybe a C&P exam. 0% means yes, it is connected, but symptoms do not meet compensable criteria right now.
That 0% rating is actually a win in disguise. Under 30, 8 U.S.C. Section 17010, it qualifies you for VA healthcare for that condition. And if it worsens, you file for an increase without proving service connection.
So if you see 0% and your first reaction is frustration, take a breath. That rating established a foundation. The hard part is already done.
Remember in Scene 1 when I mentioned the code sheet? This is the document that sits behind your decision letter, and most veterans do not even know it exists. The code sheet is an internal VA document that lists every rated condition, its diagnostic code, the individual rating, and how the VA calculated your combined rating.
The combined rating matters because the VA does not use simple addition. Under 38 CFR, Section 4.25, they use a combined ratings table. 30% plus 20% equals 44, which rounds to 40.
Think of the decision letter as the summary on the front page of a report. The code sheet is the spreadsheet behind it, showing the math for each condition.
And here is another thing to check. Go back to your original claim and compare every condition you listed against the decision letter. If you claimed 5 conditions and the letter only addresses 4, the VA may have missed 1.
To get your code sheet, submit a Freedom of Information Act request through va.gov or call 1-800-827-1000. A veteran service organization can also pull it for you.
If you forget everything else from today, remember this. The decision letter is the starting point, not the finish line. The code sheet is where the real audit happens.
Let us bring it all together with the most important deadline in the VA claims process. Under 38 CFR, Section 3.20, 500, you have exactly 1 year from the date on your decision letter to file an appeal. File within that window and you preserve your original effective date.
Miss that window, Michael, and you are filing a brand new claim. Your effective date resets to the new filing date. Every month between the original date and the new one is money you lose permanently.
So here is your action plan. Step 1, read the entire letter, not just the rating percentage. Step 2, compare every condition you claimed against what the VA decided. Step 3, request your code sheet. Step 4, if anything looks wrong, talk to a veterans service organization before that 1-year window closes.
And remember, if the VA got your effective date wrong, assigned the wrong diagnostic code, or missed a condition entirely, those are all grounds for a supplemental claim or higher level review. We covered those appeal lanes back in episode 22.
Drop in the comments what surprised you most about the decision letter process, or if you have ever found an error in your own rating decision. Your experience could help another veteran catch something they missed.
Okay, it is quiz time. Let's find out what stuck. Think through each question carefully before you answer.
A like and subscribe takes less time than reading this sentence. Do it now and help us reach more learners.
A veteran filed an intent to file on January 15th, then submitted their full disability claim on June 10th. The VA granted the claim. What should the effective date on the rating decision letter be? The correct answer is A, January 15th, because the intent to file on VA Form 20-1-0966 holds the effective date for up to 1 year while the veteran gathers evidence.
A veteran receives a rating decision showing a condition rated at 0% service connected. What does this mean, and what benefit does it provide? The correct answer is C. The VA acknowledges the condition is linked to military service. The veteran qualifies for VA healthcare for that condition and can file for an increase if it worsens.
A veteran wants to verify how the VA calculated their combined disability rating. Which document should they request? The correct answer is B, the code sheet, an internal VA document that lists every rated condition, its diagnostic code, individual rating, and the combined rating calculation.
Michael here. The analogy I keep coming back to is the mechanic's invoice. Your rating decision is a line-by-line accounting of every condition the VA examined. If you do not read the line items, you will never catch the mistakes. Read every section, not just the number at the top.
Bella here. The thing I want every veteran to hear is that 0% is not a rejection. It is a foundation. Service connection is the hardest part of the process, and if you got that, you are ahead. Do not let a number discourage you from building on it.
And remember, the code sheet is the document most veterans never request. It shows you the math the VA used and whether a wrong diagnostic code is capping your rating below what it should be. FOI request or a phone call to 1-800-827-1000. That is all it takes.
Next video, we cover the most commonly overlooked VA disabilities: tinnitus, sleep apnea, migraines, scars, and mental health secondaries. Conditions that millions of veterans have but never claim. That is VA Benefits 1.34. If this series is helping you understand benefits you have earned, subscribe. We are covering every major VA program, so nothing gets left on the table.
Always verify everything with va.gov or an accredited veteran service organization.
Keep connecting the dots. See you next time.
Great job, Liam. I would say 8.5. Room for improvement keeps you hungry. Professor Erica signing off.